Are you ready for fall? Leaves changing colors, pumpkin spice. We're going to do a fall mani today, the first one of the season. I know it's not officially fall yet, but I don't care. I don't go by seasons. I go by what makes me happy. Speaking of what makes me happy, spiced orange, one of my top favorite colors from Maniology ever, right along with coconut. Both of these two, highly recommend. Highly, highly, highly. Love them, especially spiced orange for the fall. So if you haven't checked it out, go ahead and check it out. And once again, I am required to tell you that I am a Maniology affiliate. I do buy all of this with my own money. Lots of my own money. But I do have a code, JILLIE10. It's JILLIE10. You can use for 10% off your purchases at Maniology or $5 off your first Mani by Me box. And you can use it multiple times, so anytime you go shop there, you can check it out. So today, we're going to do a fall mani with a Smoosh base. So what I'm doing is using coconut as the base. For this, you always want to kind of paint the lightest color, just in case you miss some spots, and to give yourself some wiggle room. If it's not perfect, that base will kind of help fill it in. And to do a Smoosh mani, what you do is just kind of pick your colors. I usually do 2 to 3 similar colors and then one pop of color. So like for this one, the yellow would be the pop. And this color Daisy from Zoya, oh, it's one of my favorite polishes from them. One of my favorite yellows, actually. It has the slightest tinge of green shimmer running through it. So pretty. I think that's also why I have glitter all over my nails when this is all said and done, or all over my hands. But I really like that color Daisy. And I like the other ones in this too. So anyway, what you do, blob your polish kind of around on a silicone mat. You can also use a sandwich baggie. You can use those silicone chopping mats you get at the Dollar Tree, just whatever works for you. Whatever, you don't care if you get messy. It does peel off of the silicone mats if you do this. So you just kind of make your little color palette. Make sure you mix things up. Why does that look like a pill? It looks like there's a pill in that pile. Anyway, and once you do that, you just kind of start smushing and mashing. A lot of people will do that directly on their nail. I don't prefer that method. I think it makes it really thick on top of the nail, and it's already a big enough mess to kind of clean up when you do this. So doing it directly on the nail, just for me, personal preference, I don't care for. And you can usually get 2 nails out of each kind of blob that you do. Now again, this is messy for cleanup, so you do have to kind of go around. I break the polish away from the tape before I start to peel, that kind of stuff, with a wooden cuticle stick. You don't have to do that. I just find it works best for me to kind of make sure it's all separated before I start trying to pull off the latex. And so what I did is I peeled it off my thumb first, and I'm going to use that to grab the other latex that's there. As you can see, it goes swimmingly. Normally it will just pull right off for me, but I think because that polish was thicker, because it was a Smoosh mani, it dried faster and a little bit harder. So it did make it kind of a pain to get off. Look at that, just scrape, scrape, scrape. Normally this comes right up. I don't usually have it this bad. And it was being like weird. So I didn't film all of it because I was starting to get irritated with it. I am going to go through and put a top coat on after that. Look, I always say this, but I cannot say it enough. I don't think that you should always put a quick dry top coat on top of your stamping. 2 reasons. The first one, if you make a mistake, a lot of times you can just scratch it off, or you can use a little bit of acetone and clean it off. The other reason is that it will help smooth everything together. It makes it look all nice and uniform, and then you just have a kind of like a clean slate to work on, and it will help colors. Sometimes the colors would blend into the color on the base. This will keep it from blending into that color, so it can help make your colors pop a little bit more too. Now what I'm doing is just kind of going through and randomly picking up these different leaf shapes that are familiar to me, like they're in my area. I know these trees. And I'm just going to randomly place them all over my nail with this spiced orange color. I wanted to just kind of give a hint that the colors were starting to change. Here's a little bit of copper leaf, and you can pick up more than one of these at a time. If they're near each other so that you're not wasting a bunch of polish, pick up more than one. And you just have to be careful about placement and how you rock it and put it down on the nail. But I find that technique to be a lot of fun, especially on plates where things are close together. If you can use them, do it. I mean, who doesn't love just like stuff everywhere? You know, sometimes I go overboard. I don't think I did on this one though. I really liked this mani. I have some new plates that are in, y'all. I'm so excited. Some new Halloween plates. Halloween's my favorite time of the year. For those who don't know, I did start my channel with Halloween last year. So there's 31 videos minimum there. I did one a day for the entire month of October last year. They are my first mani, so forgive me. Some of them are a little bit longer than they need to be. I know better now and just show you what you need to know. I did go in and half stamp a couple of these just so I could fill in a few places that I felt like kind of had little gaps. And you can get as crazy with this as you wanted to. Well, you know, you could use a darker orange, you could use a silver, you could mix and match different metallic shades with it. But overall, I loved how this came out. I think it's absolutely adorable. Let me know what you think below if you've ever tried a Smoosh mani. If you've got some great fall ideas coming up, what do you have coming? I want to see them. Talk to me about them. Hey, I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much for being here. Bye-bye.